On the 26th of November 2025, we welcome you to this heartfelt platform where memories live on. Today, we'll honor those we've recently lost, celebrate their incredible journeys, and remember the lasting impact of others. Together, we'll also talk about WWE legend CM Punk's emotional challenges, which have united fans worldwide. Subscribe to join our supportive circle. Mariana Kamlos, born on November 29, 1967, in Toronto, Canada, was a beloved model, actress, and philanthropist. Known for her striking beauty and dynamic personality, she graced the covers of top magazines and appeared in a wide range of advertisements throughout the 1980s and 1990s. Beyond her modeling career, she also made her mark in acting, starring in television, film, and commercials. But it wasn't just her career that defined Mariana. It was her deep commitment to helping others. She was a passionate advocate for women's health, particularly breast cancer awareness. After being diagnosed with breast cancer in 2006, Mariana turned her personal battle into a mission, raising awareness about the importance of early detection and cancer research. She used her platform to inspire others to take control of their health and spread hope to those fighting similar battles. Despite her success and courage, Mariana's life was not without challenges. She faced the pressures of public life with grace and resilience, becoming a source of inspiration for many. Sadly, Mariana passed away on November 6, 2009, at the age of 41, after a brave fight against cancer. Her legacy lives on through her advocacy, continuing to impact those working in cancer research and support. Mariana is remembered not only for her beauty, but for her strength, generosity, and the positive change she made in the lives of so many. Bob Armstrong, born on October 3, 1939, was a beloved figure in the world of professional wrestling, known for both his in-ring talent and magnetic personality. He began his career in the 1960s, quickly making a name for himself in regional promotions thanks to his athleticism, charisma, and strong connection with fans. Over the course of his decades-long career, Armstrong became a fixture in promotions like the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, and World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Armstrong held numerous championships, including the prestigious NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship and the NWA Tag Team Championship. His hard-hitting matches and memorable feuds with other legends helped shape the wrestling landscape, earning him a special place in the hearts of fans. He was more than just a wrestler. He was a storyteller in the ring, with an ability to engage audiences and make each match feel personal. Outside of wrestling, Armstrong was a dedicated family man and mentor. He passed on his passion for the sport to his sons, many of whom followed in his footsteps, continuing his legacy in the wrestling world. Armstrong's impact was so profound that he was inducted into multiple wrestling halls of fame, a testament to his contributions to the sport. Though Bob Armstrong passed away at the age of 80, his influence lives on. His legacy endures in the ring, in the stories told about him, and in the countless wrestlers he mentored over the years. He will always be remembered as one of wrestling's true greats. Terry Gene Bollea, better known to the world as Hulk Hogan, was born on August 11, 1953, in Augusta, Georgia. He passed away on July 24, 2025, in Clearwater, Florida, leaving behind a legacy that shaped the world of professional wrestling. At 6 feet 7 inches and with an unforgettable larger-than-life persona, Hogan became one of the most iconic figures in the history of the sport. Hogan's rise to fame began in the late 1970s, but it was in the 1980s when he truly became a household name as the face of the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. His charisma, signature catchphrases like, "What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?" and his theme song, Real American, made him a global superstar. Hogan was the central figure in the rock and wrestling era, helping bring wrestling into mainstream culture. Throughout his career, Hogan amassed a remarkable list of accolades, including 6 WWF championships and 6 WCW World Heavyweight titles. He headlined multiple WrestleMania events, with his legendary body slam of Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3 becoming a defining moment in wrestling history. Beyond the ring, Hogan ventured into movies, TV shows, and endorsements, solidifying his status as a pop culture icon. Despite facing personal struggles and controversies over the years, his influence on wrestling and entertainment cannot be overstated. Hogan's death in 2025 marked the end of an era, but his impact remains, and he'll always be remembered as the face of professional wrestling's golden age. CM Punk is a name that resonates deeply within the world of professional wrestling, symbolizing not only a commitment to excellence in the ring, but also an undying defiance against the odds. His career has been a roller coaster of highs, lows, and physical challenges, making him one of the most captivating and controversial figures in the industry. Punk's journey, while filled with moments of triumph, has also been marked by significant health struggles that have at times threatened to end his career. This document will delve into the history of CM Punk's injuries, highlight key health concerns, and separate fact from fiction regarding his physical condition and career status. Early career. The physical toll of wrestling. Before CM Punk became a household name in WWE, he spent years grinding on the independent circuit, especially in promotions like Ring of Honor, ROH. During these formative years, he took part in brutal, high-risk matches that pushed his body to its limits. The nature of independent wrestling at the time, with its no-holds-barred style, left Punk with many lingering injuries that would later complicate his rise to WWE stardom. From the early days, Punk's body was subjected to frequent punishment, and though he had opportunities to rest, he rarely took time off to allow his body to heal. This unwavering commitment to his craft would, in many ways, lay the foundation for the injuries he would face throughout his career. Punk's WWE career, injury struggles, and a historic run. When Punk transitioned to WWE, his career began to soar. However, the intense schedule and physically demanding matches took a toll on his body. Among the most frequent issues he faced during his WWE tenure were recurring problems with his knees and elbows. The constant strain of performing high-impact maneuvers night after night resulted in inflammation, knee strains, and chronic discomfort. Despite these setbacks, Punk's reputation as a tireless worker meant he often pushed through pain, prioritizing his performance over personal recovery. In late 2012, Punk experienced one of his most significant injuries while in the midst of a historic WWE Championship run. A knee injury forced him to undergo surgery and miss several weeks of action. Though the injury was substantial, Punk made his return to the ring as quickly as possible, determined not to let it derail his momentum. In hindsight, Punk admitted that his decision to return to action too soon may have been a mistake, as the injury lingered and his body wasn't fully healed. This incident exemplifies the kind of resilience that would define his career, even as it came with physical consequences. The staph infection scandal, a battle with WWE's medical team. One of the most controversial chapters in CM Punk's career occurred when he reportedly suffered from a staph infection during the latter part of his time in WWE. According to Punk, the infection, which went undiagnosed for a significant period, was not properly addressed by WWE's medical team. Punk was forced to continue performing despite the excruciating pain and severe fatigue the infection caused. Over time, the infection worsened, and Punk became increasingly frustrated with the lack of proper medical care. He eventually sought treatment from an independent doctor who was alarmed that Punk had continued wrestling under such conditions. Punk's claims about WWE's medical negligence led to a legal dispute with the company's physician, Dr. Chris Amann. In the end, the lawsuit was decided in Punk's favor, but the incident left a lasting stain on both his career and the company's reputation. The staph infection not only caused Punk significant pain, but also became a symbol of the larger issues he faced with WWE's medical staff, further complicating his relationship with the company. Post-WWE, the move to MMA and more injuries. After leaving WWE in 2014, CM Punk decided to pursue a career in mixed martial arts, MMA. However, the transition from professional wrestling to real combat sports placed immense strain on his body. The intense training required for MMA, which involved conditioning his body for legitimate, high-impact physical engagements, resulted in more wear and tear. Although Punk only participated in 2 UFC fights, both of which ended in losses, he was fortunate not to sustain any major injuries during this time. However, the physical demands of MMA training left him with bruising, muscle fatigue, and other minor injuries that would ultimately catch up with him when he returned to professional wrestling. In 2021, CM Punk made his long-awaited return to the wrestling world, this time joining All Elite Wrestling, AEW. His comeback was met with great fanfare as fans eagerly anticipated his in-ring action after a 7-year hiatus. However, the reality of returning to the ring after such a long absence quickly set in. Punk's body, no longer accustomed to the physical toll of wrestling, began to show signs of strain once again. The broken foot, a setback in AEW. In 2022, just as Punk was finding his rhythm in AEW, disaster struck. After winning the AEW World Championship, Punk suffered a broken foot, which forced him to relinquish the title and undergo surgery. The injury came at a time when Punk was hitting his stride, and his physical setbacks were becoming more apparent. The surgery and subsequent recovery process were extensive, but Punk was determined to return to the ring. Despite making his return later in 2022, it was clear that the injury had affected his in-ring performance. Fans noticed that Punk's movement was somewhat restricted, and his wrestling style had to be adjusted to accommodate the lingering effects of his foot injury. While Punk's determination was never in question, the injury served as a reminder of the physical toll the sport had taken on his body over the years. Triceps tear at the 2024 Royal Rumble, the latest setback. In January 2024, during the Royal Rumble match, CM Punk faced what may be the most serious injury of his career. Punk tore his triceps during the match, a devastating injury that required immediate surgery. A torn triceps is a severe setback for any wrestler, as it directly affects the use of the arm and, in many cases, requires months of rehabilitation. The injury forced Punk to take an extended break from in-ring competition, putting a pause on his momentum and raising questions about the future of his wrestling career. Although the injury is serious, Punk has remained focused on his rehabilitation, with many believing that his resilience will once again allow him to return to action once he has fully recovered. However, the timeline for his return remains uncertain, and fans are left wondering when or if he will be able to make a full recovery and resume his career. Given the severity of the injury, it is clear that Punk's path forward will require both physical and mental strength as he works to overcome yet another major hurdle in his career. Rumors and speculation, separating fact from fiction. Throughout his career, CM Punk has been the subject of many rumors regarding his health and personal life. While some of these rumors have been based on verified medical conditions, others have been purely speculative. One of the most persistent rumors surrounding Punk has been the claim that he is dealing with a chronic illness that affects his ability to compete. While Punk has spoken publicly about his struggles with mental and physical exhaustion, particularly during his time in WWE, there is no evidence to suggest that he suffers from a chronic condition that would prevent him from wrestling. Similarly, following his triceps injury in 2024, some outlets prematurely reported that Punk's career was over. These claims were fueled by the severity of the injury, but there has been no confirmation from Punk or his representatives that he intends to retire permanently. Given Punk's history of overcoming physical setbacks, it seems likely that he will make another attempt to return to the ring once he has healed. The real challenges, health issues, and their impact on Punk's legacy. CM Punk's career has been marked by both physical triumphs and setbacks, and while his injuries have certainly played a significant role in shaping his journey, they have never completely defined him. Punk's legacy is built not just on his in-ring accomplishments, but also on his ability to persevere through pain and adversity. From battling a staph infection while continuing to perform, to coming back from a broken foot and now recovering from a torn triceps, Punk's determination has been a constant throughout his career. However, it is important to acknowledge the toll that these injuries have taken on his body. The high-impact nature of professional wrestling, combined with Punk's relentless commitment to pushing through pain, has led to a series of injuries that have forced him to alter his style and sometimes step away from competition altogether. These injuries have not only impacted Punk's physical health, but have also led to moments of frustration and uncertainty in his career. Looking ahead, what's next for CM Punk? As CM Punk continues to recover from his torn triceps, the wrestling world waits with bated breath to see if he will make a triumphant return to the ring or if his physical challenges will ultimately force him to retire. There is no doubt that Punk's legacy in professional wrestling is secure, regardless of what the future holds. However, the question remains, will Punk be able to return to the level of excellence he once exhibited, or will his body's wear and tear finally catch up with him? One thing is certain, CM Punk's career has never been about taking the easy route. His journey has been marked by an unwavering determination to prove himself, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Whether or not he makes a full recovery from his injuries, Punk's impact on the wrestling world will be felt for years to come. His story is one of resilience, grit, and the unrelenting pursuit of greatness, no matter the cost. Conclusion: the enduring legacy of CM Punk. CM Punk's career has been a testament to the power of perseverance and the human spirit. From the early days of his wrestling journey to his time in WWE, MMA, AEW, and beyond, Punk has faced an array of physical challenges that many wrestlers could not have overcome. His injuries, though numerous, have never been able to define him or diminish his legacy. As fans eagerly await updates on his recovery, one thing is clear: CM Punk is a fighter, both in the ring and in life. His legacy is not just defined by his championships or iconic matches, but by the resilience he has shown in the face of adversity. Despite the setbacks, CM Punk has always found a way to push forward, and that tenacity will forever be a hallmark of his career.